I didn't get a good enough look at you back there. Now I see why my guards had trouble with you.
Well, they weren't exactly easy.
I'm sure they aren't what mortals like you are used to. You must be someone special.
You're acting pretty nice for someone who just tried to kill me.
Consider that a misunderstanding. It isn't every day I see a new face in my realm, much less one as lively as yours.
So, Elysium belongs to you?
After the rude introduction I gave you, I can't blame you for not knowing. Let me apologize. Ross can attest. Usually he's the one that does the biting. He would want you to forgive me too. Tell me your name. Let's begin again. On the right foot, this time.
I tend to take attacks against me personally.
I understand your mistrust, but I want to be friends. This place is paradise, after all. There's no room for enemies.
This place is beautiful. I'm Kassandra.
Then I give you my official welcome, Kassandra. Let me tell you what's customary around here. This place is mine. I know every flower, every face. I alone let them in. But there's something here I don't want.
You mean me?
No. There's a beast loose in Elysium, and it belongs to Hades. If it gets to him that his wife stole one of his immortal mounts, it'll be a disaster. But I didn't steal it. I won't go near the things. They brought me down here in the first place. No, someone wants me to look back, and I need that horse gone.
The Hades? I'll take it you aren't a happy couple.
He's tried, of course, to bond with me. But what can he expect out of a prisoner? Love? That's just stuff of legend.
You think someone would do this to you?
It's highly unlikely the thing got in here on its own. I have to remember Elysium is my paradise, not everyone else's.
I'll see if I can find the horse for you. What does it look like?
You'll know it when you see it, trust me. Not only is the beast immortal, but he is terrifying.
Horses don't scare me. Has anyone seen him lately?
I heard screams coming from the Asphodel Arboretum. Perhaps he's scaring civilians. Bring it to my stable boy, the jockey of Artemision. He'll know how to send it galloping back to the nightmare it came from.
Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. As you can see, fully equipped with Isu gear, kind of. I mean, it's still my same old pirate armor, but you know, it just has it looking like the Isu gear now. Including the sword, which I thought was a nice touch. There's not that many Isu weapon types, like, or bows. I think this is the only Isu bow that I found. And like, if we go to the map, you'll see that I've uncovered all the areas, and you'll see all the areas you check marked off that can be, except that I accidentally hit left trigger. There we go. So yeah, like I did everything. There was nothing actually that oh no, that's not true. There's one where we're supposed to meet Hecate or whatever the fuck her name is, right? Yeah. There's a viewpoint there because when I tried to go over there, it put me into a cutscene, so I had to quickly close the game and restart it to do the rest of the stuff. So yeah, ran around, did a lot. Happy to say, proud to say, only killed like 3 Isu, and to be fair, 2 of them were complete accidents where I knocked them out and they fell off a cliff. And one wasn't oops, because it was one of the big guys, which I can't knock out in one punch. Or like I can't always knock out with just like one go. So like I had it where like I was hitting the knockout, it would almost knock them out, and I'd just pull out my bow and quick fire a knockout arrow into them. But I had been, what was I doing? I was doing something else anyway, and I had my death arrows on, and forgot to change them back. So I almost killed them, or I almost knocked him out, and then whipped out an arrow and shot him and killed him. It's like, oh fuck. But yeah, that's it. I've been liberating all the ones I've been knocking out. It's been a giant pain in the ass, but pretty happy with myself that I've managed it. All right, to find. Oh,
What's wrong with them?
I mean, it could be all these guys that are up here, all these Isu guys. Oh, well, outside the statues. I've been fucking murdering all the statues because why the fuck wouldn't I? All right, this is... I'm gonna guess that I need to get through them to do this. Okay, so if I mark all these guys, there we go. If I get the right angle, because they're all set up rather nicely. I've been doing this quite a bit as well. With my knockout arrows. Because it's just so fucking handy. To just, like, because if you line them up just right, like, the fact that... I can't believe that took me so long to learn that the ghost arrows not only pierced through walls, but went through people as well. Like, it made that ability, which was already, like, pretty freaking overpowered. Even more overpowered. I also found out that me doing this right now, there's really no point. There's a quest that we'll pick up later that wants you to liberate 8 people. Because the one achievement to do whatever with people... Hang on. There you go. Win the conquest of Elysium with freed humans from the 3 main regions. That's missable because apparently it's tied to a quest. Either that or else the people who skipped the quest just didn't free other people, maybe? I don't know. Also, I may not have had to deal with them at all. Because I'm guessing I need to go in there. But it looks like there's no actual entrance there, so I'm going to have to find a different... So yeah, I didn't actually have to deal with them in the slightest, because this place is locked up tight. But yeah, it was... it's been fun so far. It definitely... Oh, there it is. It definitely reminds me a lot of the second DLC for Origins. Like, but to be fair, the second DLC for Origins was also all Afterlife stuff, so... Okay, so I'm guessing my horse that I need... Yeah, there it is. I mean, it doesn't look that nightmarish. I don't know why people think red eyes means nightmarish, like...
Don't come any closer. You're all scaring my horse. He's just a gentle creature.
Have you seen your horse? The others ran away screaming.
Leave it to a blind man to see what's right in front of him. Of course I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. These are hard times.
I'm afraid I won't make them any easier. I have to take that horse from you.
You can't! First Persephone takes my sight, and then you take Orphe? Our friendship was instant. I heard the neigh of a fierce horse. I approached him, unafraid. And he licked my palm.
Did you say Persephone blinded you?
She had one of her godly soldiers fry me with fire. It was punishment for telling others what I thought of this paradise, and somehow it got back to her. Said I didn't deserve to see the beauty she created.
She's not supposed to be in Elysium.
Are any of us in a realm that boasts perfection but shows only deceit? Have pity. Let him stay with me.
Little do you know that this is Hades' horse. It's going back to him.
I don't care. I would risk even Hades' punishment for Orphe. Mark my words. I won't forget this.
Whoa, boy!
All right.
Don't tell Phobos, but you are one impressive beast.
I like how she says that immediately upon mounting him. Also, I don't know how the fuck to get down from here. Oh no! Well, that's not
I
gonna...
need to take this horse either to Adonis or to the stable boy. Who to choose?
I mean, I'll just take it to whatever one is here. I'm assuming this is the stable boy because it's, like, closer. Because, you know, I literally am just doing this one because it's closer. I mean, I highly doubt that whether or not I have Hades' horse will make much difference. And I don't know if... I'm assuming that you get a choice as to whether or not to help the rebellion. I also don't know how the fuck to get over there. Not that I know how to get over... there's water both ways. And I'm assuming you get the choice. I don't know. I mean, the fact that you have to take, like, you know, the regions are under Persephone's control leads me to believe that you do have to take it from her, but... I don't know. It's... You know what? I mean, she tried to kill me when I first arrived, but, I mean, technically I am not supposed to be here. She is kind of a bitch. Fuck her. Fuck it. We'll take it to the rebellion. I have a feeling that even though it's technically further away distance-wise, the route or the path to it might be shorter. So we shall take it this way. I also like how you have the option where it's like, you can keep the horse, I'm taking the horse, or I'm taking the horse. Like,
Come on.
it's like, it's good that you have two ways of telling him to fuck off. Ah, there we go. Ah, fuck me. And of course, horses don't swim at all in this game because, you know, for some reason that's a thing.
Let's go.
Alright, at this point I'm just gonna go with whichever one can fucking get me across the river. Like, because if I try and go in there, there's no fucking way. Because there are points where you can cross the river, both with your horse and on foot without swimming. And, they are super obvious, like super, super obvious. I also did all of the riddles. I don't remember what the fuck they're called. Animagata Straka, right? I think. I probably pronounced it wrong, but that's the way it's spelled. Now let's see, can I get across here? Oh, okay. We need to... No? Yeah, no. Good God, I really... This shouldn't be the hard part, right? I mean, I got the horse. That should have been the hard part. I really don't fucking know where to go. Like, I'm literally at the edge of the world. I guess to the stable boy it goes because... Okay, let me look at my map here. Or maybe I'm not... Oh, maybe this... Oh my God, neither of the... Okay. So that's where the stable is, I'm assuming. That's the stable boy. Okay, so I can take it there or I can take it here. To take it over there, I would need to find a point along this river, which might be right there, to cross, and then go, oh, see, look at, like, right there is a point where you can cross. So I gotta take it all the way down here already to cross here. And then I can either take it the little bit of extra distance to go there, or I can take it all that distance there. Well, sorry, Persephone, but... That's what you get for asking me to take a horse somewhere and then not giving me like a... I guess it's not like she knew where it was, but you know. And you know, in general, I'm not one for like, whatever's easier in a video game, right? Like, oh, I'll do the harder one if I feel like it's, you know, the better choice. But in this situation, the stakes haven't really been made. I mean, so far it's like, oh, we have Persephone who did try to attack me. But I mean, I am invading her home. And then she was very nice to me. And then we have the other guy who, I mean, to be fair, we have no reason to believe either of these two assholes. At all. Okay, so then there's a point to cross somewhere over here, I do believe, right? Maybe there's like a bridge or something. Oh, I think I passed it, didn't I?
Move.
Had it there? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, like we have no reason to believe either of these two people. We know that he's stirring up shit, and he says that he's another mortal, but I mean, that's one of those things where it's like Kassandra might be able to tell that just by like looking at him being near him, but I can't tell the difference. Like, he doesn't look any different than any of these other guys, so I mean, I have as a person playing the game have no real reason to believe that he's a living individual and not just another dead guy here. And I mean, it is a very nice place. I'll give her that. Alright. Oh, and I also got all 4 of the Keeper Insights. That's right, all 4. Only, I don't know if I showed you, but only 3 of them were actually marked on the map. Oh, this place. I know where this is. The Mortal Encampment, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, literally, yeah, it was close.
I thought Adonis could make good use of this horse. Will you make sure it gets to him?
This horse? So long as it doesn't trample me, I'll take it to him on your behalf.
Okay. Oh, but this way, I can fast travel right up to her. But yeah, this is one of those decisions where I feel like if I'd been, you know, in this a bit longer, had a bit more of a stake in it, I might have actually made the decision based on more than just what I could reach easier. Because, yeah, I mean, it didn't really seem to make... And it's one horse. I get that it's Hades' horse, but he did survive that drop, though. Give him that. Phobos definitely would have killed or dead on that drop. 100%. I know that because Phobos has jumped off of stuff like that and killed himself, so... And yeah, I'm in control, but let me tell you, I tried to stop him. He did not stop. He went right off that cliff. Horse needs to have some kind of self-preservation. But yeah, all the Keeper's Insights, nothing big happened with them. I walked up, I found each one. It was just kind of like a tomb. And I walked up, she pulled out the staff, held it in front of it, and then one of her abilities
I know
upgraded.
Hades will be missing his beast.
Everything's taken care of.
I'll have one of my generals check up with my stable boy. I hope the creature didn't scare him too much.
Not at all. Rest assured.
That was it.
Better pay that stable boy a visit to cover my tracks.
So I gotta go to the fucking stable anyway. Ugh. Maybe I should have just brought it to her. Whatever. But yeah, like the Keeper Insights, nothing happened. It upgraded 4 of my abilities, none of which I use. Actually, I think if we go to the abilities... Come on. It marks them, yeah. So like they have like Bull Rush is you charge forward and do it, and then the enhancement is you send out a big bull to do it. But I don't use that ability. It's a warrior ability I don't use. They upgraded the Battle Cry of Ares, which all attacks inflict 20% more damage for 10 seconds, and all enemy attacks are non-lethal. And the upgrade to it is you summon the full power of a spear and you deal 35% assassin damage, which would be insane, to be fair. That's honestly tempting to get that since it's doing assassin damage instead of warrior damage, because I could use that ability in my assassin build with it. But that would require 4 points. And then slow time went to Chronos Time Warp, which is you slow time for 5 seconds, and then headshots extend the time, and you do 125% damage with headshots. And then the last one upgraded was the Archer, was the Rain of Arrows. It upgraded to Might of Artemis, which is you don't get to aim it. It does, I think, slightly less damage. But you just fire straight up, as you can see, 3 meters around you. But this time they're stunned and they take critical damage from melee attacks and abilities. So I use that because I don't really use that ability anyway. I think the only reason I had it was because there's some achievement tied to killing people with it or something. So I put like 1 point into it, and then like when I ran out of stuff to put ability points into. But you get so many ability points just by doing the DLC. Like every shrine maiden or marble statue or whatever that you destroy gives you one. I'm pretty sure the Keeper's Insights were giving me at least one, if not more. Like, it's ridiculous how many you got. Like, I just maxed out my assassin damage. Like, in like the perks where you can just boost your stuff. I had put 5 into assassin already, and I put 5 into warrior and 5 into hunter damage. I was just gonna do 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, whatever, right? But I was like, fuck it, I'm getting so many, and I'm only using my assassin gear, so.
You must be the jockey of Artemision. Nice horses.
I keep them clean and pretty, just like Elysium. I tended horses in my old life too.
Then you're just the boy I need to talk to. I have a favor to ask.
What favor?
If Persephone or any of her people ask, I need you to tell them that I brought a big, scary horse to you.
A scary horse? We don't have those here.
Then you'll have to pretend. There is drachmi for you if you do.
You're silly. We don't need drachmi in Elysium. You're sure you're from around here?
Of course, I knew that. No matter what, you need to do what I say.
Why do you want me to lie?
Because if you don't, I'll make sure all of your horses get out of their pens and run away to Tartarus. Understand? Tell them I was here.
Fine. Just leave my horses alone.
Man, Kassandra being mean to dead kids. Alright, so we'll slap that horse in. Look, it's my second legendary Phobos skin. Because, you know, they don't really give those out very often. I also like how Persephone is here. It's like, I can't fucking go and kill her right now. Okay, let's see. Did it unlock any other quests? No, I didn't really expect it to. Alright, so we'll go talk to Hecate. Which, I recognize the name. I don't remember who the fuck it is, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like another god person or not. But yeah, really am enjoying the DLC so far. I hope that it continues to be good. I imagine each because there's 3 chapters to that, and there's 3 levels to the Greek underworld. So I'm assuming that each chapter is going to be in a different level. So like this is going to be like the very nice and pretty one. Can't imagine the other 2 look all that great. Because you have like the, if I'm not mistaken, either you end up in Elysium, you end up in if you're good, you end up in Elysium. You end up in Tartarus if you're an asshole. Is it? No. Is it Tartarus? I don't remember if Tartarus is the mid or the bottom because I'm missing a name entirely. But there's the 3 tiers. Elysium here is for the heroes. So if you're nice enough, you get to come here. If you're a real prick, you go live with Hades. And then there's like a middle ground where if you're just kind of like present, I guess, like you don't really belong in either or. I do believe you go there and then you like wait in line or something and get resurrected, I do believe. I might be mixing up my afterlives and mythologies here, but I think that's correct. So I imagine we'll go to the one where people are kind of meh next. Oh, Persephone is over here already, eh? The fuck did she get up? Well, I guess, you know, it's her realm. She can probably go wherever.
He stood there, soaking wet and sputtering, while his boat floated away from him down the Eridan River in pieces.
I'd give my sharpest bronze dagger to see that silly human trying to leave Elysium on a felucca.
Have you visited my mother recently and given her my love?
Always. The meteor sends her love in return.
Well, I'd better get back. Elysium won't rule itself. Do keep an eye out for me. I sense trouble brewing in paradise.
I was starting to think you'd never get here. You can't waste time if you hope to break Persephone's control over the gate to the underworld. You might be playing both sides with Persephone and Adonis, but I know where your true motives lie.
Is that so?
Unfortunately, no one passes through the gate to the underworld without Persephone's permission, which she has never given. Ever. Luckily for you, as the goddess of crossroads and keys, locked doors happen to be my specialty.
Are you saying you can get me through the gate?
I'm saying I can help you bypass Persephone.
From what I just saw, you're pretty close with Persephone. Why would you want to work against her?
I'm not asking for your blind trust. Let me prove our goals align. This unlocks the door to Persephone's hidden sanctuary. She keeps all of her most intimate possessions there, stowed away from her husband. Among her treasures is a journal rumored to contain information you desperately need about the gate. Bring it to me as soon as you can.
Come to think of it, I've seen the door you speak of before.
And now you'll be able to open it.
I'll go get the journal.
The sooner you bring me it, the closer you are to leaving Elysium. Don't waste any time.
Alright. Oh, wait, while we're here, I can get my last, hang on, let me, there it is. Say I saw it a minute ago. There. Get my last viewpoint is the only thing that I couldn't complete while I was running around. It's nice to just, like, be done. Like, first go, right? Like, well, I mean, I say right like you guys would know, but, you know. But it is nice that I was able to get everything done, and now, like, everything past this point is going to be all on camera. Like, I don't need to worry about playing in between, at least until we reach the next chapter, in which case I assume I'll have to do again. And, I mean, it's a decent-sized DLC. Like, I played it for an hour and I completed one thing, but that was, you know, obviously with, like, the way I've been doing it, where I've been knocking people out and, liberating them. If I did it my regular way, which is, you know, slaughter everyone and throw my, you know, assassinate everyone until I'm down to like 5 people, and then just throw my spear and murder all of them. Because that would have made it like literally like 100 times easier. Like, because when I assassinate people, I can kill them. Guaranteed, 100%. They're dead. But when I knock people out, the big guys are like, because, you know, I don't have any critical knockout. I only have a critical assassinate. So when I critically assassinate the big guys, they're gone. But when I go to knock them out, obviously they don't, you know, remain knocked out, unfortunately. Or they don't always get knocked out. So that's caused some issues for me in the past. Oh, guy's underpass. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I want to be here then. Or is this the... Hang on. That's the door there. I don't want to be there. I want to be over here. I do believe. Right. So yeah, like, obviously, like, so if I'd done it my regular way, it wouldn't have taken so long. But I mean, I sat there and played it after recording the last time. Oh, let's see, because I did that, and then I recorded, because I did my last 2 recordings, and then I recorded my first Far Cry for this week. And I played Far Cry until about 6 or so. I got captured again, and then I played this until I went to bed. Just about 10-ish, so 4 hours there.
I'll keep a sharp watch here.
And then I picked it up again the next day and played it for like, I don't know, I'd say like a good like 6 to 8 hours I spent playing it to get all the locations cleared. So I mean, if like if you play it like me, and you actually clear everything, I mean, it's a pretty decent sized DLC. So the reason this area is off limits is because like the maiden fucking thing is right there. But while I was over getting that, I saw this over here. And I was like, ooh, I wonder what this is. And I took a little look-see inside. And almost immediately, because if you go in through the other way, this is an exit you can get to. But if you go in this way, the door that we need is right here. But otherwise, you have to go through. So, like, I came down here, and all of these things were actually where the fuck did they all go? Yeah, all these things were lined up so you couldn't get through. So I was like, oh man, do I need to like go through this door to get it? And then like I saw that that isn't where the marker for Guy's Underpass was. And I went in the other door and I got everything out of it. So yeah, it was neat. Because like I fully expected to need like that like that door would open and it would somehow lead me around to the other side, but then it didn't.
Poppy.
So
The Meter's emblem.
yeah. A little. Yeah, that's obviously my quest item, so I'll see. Is there anything else I can... Or is that it? Just poppies. I mean, this thing's got to move, right? Maybe not. No, it just looks like just the poppies and whatever this
journal
is.
is missing pages. Hope Agati still wants it.
So yeah, like... So I'd say like 6 to 8 hours plus whatever time we spend on here. So I mean that, to be fair, assuming the quests are all like the right length, I could see this because I think when I started this, I said that when I looked it up, this DLC, like the first part said like 11 or 12 hours and then the other one said 6 to 8. So like if this map took me 6 to 8 hours and supposedly with all the quests in that it'll be 11 to 12, then I'm going to assume that the next 2 levels that we go to are probably only half this size, I guess. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, if everything was like 11 to 12 and then 6 to 8, that would make sense that it would all be like...
I should be careful.
Or that there would only be like half the regions or whatever. I'm just going over there and clear it without having to open up my map again. Do they only have... I mean, I guess it makes sense. Oh no, they do have 2 guards. A lot of those things had 3 guards if they were the smaller... Like, they all had 2 colossi, I do believe. And then there were some that had 2 big guys as guards, and then other ones that had either 3 little guys or 1 big guy and 2 little guys. So I don't know how math on that works. You would think that, you know, it would be 4 little guys, you know, keep like the 2 to 1, but whatever. All right, lady, I got you a partial journal of a locksmith. I don't know how much, you know, you're supposed to be the goddess of doors and shit.
Persephone's journal will help me open the gate to the underworld, but here
Stealing
it is.
Persephone's journal wouldn't help us. But stealing the journal that belonged to the gate's locksmith will.
Who's the locksmith?
It doesn't say. Looks like a lot of pages were torn out. Now be quiet while I read. Well, that was illuminating.
So? What does it say?
Oh, so eager. The location of the gate is not revealed. But so long as Persephone controls Elysium, you need her permission to pass through it. Which you will never get.
But if she loses control of Elysium?
She loses control of the gate. You need to undermine her influence any way you can.
Already
How
done.
do you suggest I do that?
Your alliance with Adonis is a good start. His head-on tactics are a little obvious for my taste, but in time, he will wear down Persephone's forces.
What about our alliance? Where do you come in?
I know all of Persephone's weaknesses, and I'll direct you to them when the time is right. Until then, you'd be wise to spend some time with Persephone's lapdog, Hermes. Learn to use that staff.
Already done.
You'll need a divine weapon in the land of gods.
I also got some divine weapons, I think. So, I mean, my spear is, right? And I guess technically that sword, which I think is this sword that I got from Deimos, is as well. I mean, there was what? There was, in the place where we upgraded our spear, there was a slot for the spear. There was a... Where the fuck is he? Oh, there it is. There was a slot for the spear. There was a slot for the sword. I want to say there was a slot for an axe and maybe a staff. Oh, maybe it was the Hermes staff. I don't know. I think... Or maybe one of them was covered up. Because I remember the sword and the axe. But I don't... I think the last one might have been a staff. But that might just be because I have Hermes staff that I'm thinking that. I'm not sure if you could reach any of the other ones. You could obviously reach the spear one to upgrade that, but I don't. I think the rest all had crap crumbled in front of them, so you couldn't reach them. Not that it would make too much of a difference. I mean, I had used all of my little triangles before I got that sword anyway, and I highly doubt that they have anything programmed in to let you upgrade the sword. Yeah, the wings of Hermes. The wings of Hermes are nice. It is a nice touch not making you climb these fucking cliffs. But at the same time, they're placed... I mean, they couldn't put, like, a huge amount of them down because otherwise, like, it would be really weird or I don't know. It would be stupid if they put, like, a fuck ton of them down. But at the same time, because of how they're placed, if you're coming at them from the wrong angle, they're worthless.
Keeper, you found my workshop after all. I know it may not look like much, but it's home.
I told you. You can call me
In
Kassandra.
front of the staff? Pah. But I'm glad you came. There's much to show you in this great land.
If you're offering, I could use some help getting my bearings.
Oh, give yourself time. The golden fields reveal themselves slowly and selectively, but I can help. Walk with me.
Maybe you're right. I need to clear my head. Where to?
I consider myself a key maker. One of my keys might interest you.
What do you do in your workshop?
Invent. All of reality's secrets are hidden behind doors. My inventions act as keys that unlock those doors.
You reveal the secrets behind them.
Off we go now. But why discuss what we can see for ourselves? Observe. Way up there. Persephone's first keep. If only you could have seen it when it was new.
It seems like most of Elysium is in ruins. What happened?
This place is beautiful, as are all of Persephone's creations. But it is a world that changes at her whims. When I see decay, I know she needs us at her side more than ever.
I was gonna say, you're shitting me that we get
Off
off
we
of
go
our
now.
horses already, right? Also, the when I turned it on today to record, it said that the 11th Lost Tale of Greece came out, so that's awesome. So it didn't sound like it had anything to do with the DLC, so depending on when we finish Chapter 1, I might do it before we do Chapter 2, but...
Pass through those golden fields, basking in the glory of eternal peace. Each thinking they'd see nothing more beautiful, only then to set eyes on Persephone.
I'd like it if he would stop getting off his horse. I mean, it's weird that he keeps getting off of it to tell me this shit. He couldn't just sit on the horse and talk, right? I mean, when we first set out, he was talking while riding. You can't, like, just stop his horse and talk. You know, I gotta say, out of all, like, the iterations of, like, gods that you see in, like, movies and TV shows and that,
There, Keeper. That encampment is the site where Hephaestus built a home for Aphrodite.
Come on. Doesn't look like much now.
It stood tall until Aphrodite met their child Adonis. His ability to wreak havoc with a wink and a smile is second to none.
but yeah, like, the, I like the iteration that they have here for the gods in Assassin's Creed. With, like, the fancy tech and whatnot and First Civilization, like, how Adam and Eve came from them. Because, I mean, a lot of the stuff, right? It's like all of these, like, this was the religion back then, right? Like, you had Zeus, you had all the different gods in that. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, Jesus, Bible, one God. It's like, all right, well, that's, you know, you went from, like, how many gods down to one? I mean, isn't that a downgrade? And it's like, Assassin's Creed is... I mean, granted, Assassin's Creed, I will say, doesn't really explain the one God thing, but it does explain Adam and Eve. I mean, it does... I guess it doesn't really explain much more than Adam and Eve, but... I have a feeling, because, like, the Keeper Insights, like, they only showed 3 of them, but there was 4.
Imagine for a moment, inside you, inside all of us, are parchments twisting like ribbon. On those parchments is written the story of who you are, who you were, and who you will become. Does that make sense?
So this twisting ribbon defines each of us. And what happened in there changed what defines me.
You understand? With these keys, you can unlock the secrets inside you, and wrest control from them. I've built many.
Thank you. I'm not used to doing this on my own. On the Adrestia, I had Varnavas as a guide.
Ah, well, I hope it's a long time before I meet him here. I'll leave you to your adventuring. You're welcome to come back to my workshop anytime.
Here, Hermes.
So yeah, like, I was doing, like, the 3, and, like, I came in here and cleared it and got the Keeper's Insight. There's also this really weird point, though, where I was doing something... I don't know why it keeps hiding completed. I think it was this Shrine Maiden statue. And it showed that there was a Keeper Insight over there. But, like, there wasn't any over there. Like, at no point was there one over there. Alright, what do we got? Dead Kings and Pretty Things. It's Adonis, Hecate, and Hermes. Well, I mean, Hermes is closest. And we've only got 20 minutes left. So we shall go and speak to him, I guess. But yeah, like I said, you watch me go through tombs before, not very often, mind you, but every once in a while I'd go through a tomb on video, and that's all the Keeper Insights are. It's just more tombs, more puzzles, and I use the word puzzles loosely. I mean, it's as puzzly as you can really get. Like, I know a lot of people bitch and moan, it's like, oh, but the puzzles aren't really puzzles. It's like, well, no shit. I mean, like, what was it? It was, oh, I was watching Michael from Achievement Hunter play through Resident Evil 4. And he was, at one point there, he's saying that the, I'll let Hermes talk first. And then...
You look concerned.
I'm worried about Persephone.
Persephone can look after herself.
She's incredible. I agree, but these are strange times. I've heard that some ungrateful delinquents plot against her.
These ungrateful delinquents, could they be right?
Bah, you give them too much credit. Still, Persephone needs protection.
Don't look at me.
There's a friend of mine and your father's, Kyros of Xarax. He's a strong and honorable warrior. He's been abducted, but if we could free him...
You're suggesting we make a human Persephone's bodyguard?
With Kyros at the ready, the humans will think twice before attacking one of their own.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were in love with Persephone.
No one understands her the way I do. Adonis, she's a cruel despot. To her husband, she's a trinket on his arm.
And what do you see?
Me? Oh, I don't know. I've never had anyone ask me before. She's... everything.
How do you know this, Kyros?
He was an aide, of sorts, to your father. Every great painter needs a hand to crush their pigment. That was Kyros, a warrior.
Say no more. I'll find Kyros for you.
Ah, I knew I could trust you. While you're gone, I'll arrange a meeting with Persephone. Bring Kyros to the heart of Elysium. We'll be there.
Which father is he talking about? Like, father who raised me, or, you know, like the other guy that, you know, isn't really my father. So yeah, anyway, I was watching him play Resident Evil 4, and I've seen the Let's Play a few times. I enjoy it a lot. I don't know why. probably because like he actually plays the game and knows what he's doing. You know, he actually pays attention and does the thing instead of just, you know, jacking off while doing something. But anyway, he was saying at one point how like whenever like a puzzle, you know, once again in quotes, would come up, he would say something along the lines of like, it's like, oh, I mean, like, oh, how it wasn't really a puzzle. And it's like, that's fair enough. It's not that much of a puzzle. And then like he'd say like how in like the old Resident Evil games the puzzles would be better. And like I had never played. Like 4 was my first Resident Evil game that I played, right? But he had another Let's Play on his channel of the old Resident Evil. And like I watched it. And like the puzzles that he was doing on there were the same as the puzzles he was doing in 4. Just with a better camera angle. Like, oh shit. Like, why is it red now? Don't these guys like me? Like, a lot of the puzzles, like, that's literally, like, the difference. Is just that, like, you were in third person and not first. Or not, like, that weird, like, tank control camera angle. I still... Okay, so I understand, like, I am here to break this guy out and whatnot. But, I mean, these guys don't know that. Like, as far as they know, I'm working for them. What the fuck, game? Why you gotta video game me so hard? Oh, piss off.
You have the stuff?
Kiros of Zarax. Hermes sent me.
That keymaker is predictable. I'll give him that much.
Okay. Oh, well, I wanted to go through, not... There we go. I don't even know who saw me. They've been doing that a lot to me too for some reason, and I don't know why. I feel like that's not a this region or like this DLC type thing. I think that's just like a bug because I've had it a few times where like people will see me and I won't get the warning like, oh, you're about to be spotted. It'll just be like, you're spotted and in combat. Now it's like, why?
Now it's mine.
That right? That makes us family. I knew the man well.
Doesn't make us family.
This way. Persephone's waiting. All right, Kiros. Let's make this quick. You said this is going to be easier than you thought.
Since we're basically family, I'm trusting your honor. I work for Adonis.
But you were caged by humans.
Yes, and Hermes found out about it. Right around the time Persephone was coaxed into deciding she needs a bodyguard.
You staged the whole thing and you're using Hermes to infiltrate Persephone's lair? You're no simple warrior.
Before I met your father, I had 4 sons, each a warrior. When my third boy fell in battle, there was only guilt. I'd cried all my tears for the first 2.
Go on.
And with the 4th, I felt longing. Sadness had become my only friend. And I had no one left to grieve. Warriors don't bring peace. They bring sorrow.
So by getting behind Persephone's defenses, you think you can prevent war? You could convince her to surrender or distract her while Adonis escapes.
Anything but battle. But before we go to Persephone, I have to send confirmation this plan worked. Will you take me?
I mean, I kind of want to do this because I feel like it's risky for him to go and send confirmation.
We've already wasted too much time talking, Kiros. We have to go.
You're as stubborn as your father. Still, you mustn't say anything to Persephone. If she knew what we were doing, she'd have my head. I hear Persephone likes to test her new recruits. And I've got a bit of a temper. If you see me turning red...
I'll think of something.
Okay. Does that mean I have to knock him out? Also, there was horses there. I'm wondering if I had actually got on one of them, if he would have got on the other one. Because that's an awfully long distance to make me run with this prick. But there's also no way now. Like, I'm not running back to get the horse. I'm also wondering if I just, like, called Phobos and got on him. If this guy would keep up or not. Yeah, see, like, this here is the areas I was talking about where, like, It like the ground's raised up, so you can still get a boat across it, but you can also walk or ride your horse. Obviously, it's all better ride your horse because your horse is taller and doesn't get. It gets slowed down a little bit, but barely. I guess I also could have tried to fast travel, but I feel like while escorting someone, fast traveling probably wouldn't work. Really, like I would get there, fail the mission. I feel like it wouldn't let me fast travel. Although I will say there was one. I want to point this out while I was here. There was a couple of the onomata, the riddles that I had to look up, and one of them was one for here, because it was in the heart of Elysium, flowers, Demeter, yada yada yada. It laid in a bed of white flowers. So I was looking, and like all these flowers look fucking white to me. But I mean, on closer inspection, I guess they're blue or something. But it just seemed like there's so many. But there's a, I'm gonna see if I can skirt around them so it doesn't start the thing. I guess it's on this side then. Yeah, there's this altar here, and it has all of these like daisies or like white flowers on the ground, and that's what it was. But like running by this thing, that doesn't, like when I'm just like running past looking and I see all these flowers, that all that crap on the ground doesn't look like flowers to me. It just looks like crap on the ground. Like,
And just in time.
why? Did something happen?
Gyros of Zarax, tell me, are you the obedient dog Irmis claims you are? I do love dogs. Does he not speak?
He speaks. Kyros, take a deep breath and speak.
Apologies, my queen. To hear of your beauty is one thing, but to see it up close is another.
Beautiful, am I?
Pa, among other things.
Here, child of Pythagoras. If he were here, he'd be proud of what you've become.
Are you sure he was kind of a prick?
My queen. She touched me. Gyros is right, my friend. I knew your father well. If he were here, he'd be proud. Here. Keeper, I've been robbed.
Have you now? Oh, I don't know if we'll
These
actually
are
do
dark
this one,
times
but
for Elysium. Those delinquent fools have robbed even me.
What did they take?
I fashioned a key, a recipe if you will, for an eternal flame. I intended to gift it to Persephone. With it, she could shine her light, even in the underworld.
An eternal flame could bring order to this chaos.
You understand her burden better than you let on. By enduring her sacrifice, Persephone keeps us safe in the underworld.
So write the recipe again.
What I wrote took lifetimes. We can't let it stay in the hands of humans who would use it against her. Keep her. Kassandra, we have to steal it back.
I'll take back this recipe, but only because I don't think anyone should have access to a flame that never dies.
These are desperate times. You've seen the cloud these delinquents cast on our golden fields.
I said I'd get it.
I thank you. You are quickly becoming my friend and ally.
An eternal flame sounds more like a myth than some simple recipe.
Pa, I began writing the recipe with your father. It's as real as the danger we'd face without it.
Why do you go to these lengths to save Persephone? She wouldn't do the same for you.
Since these humans started acting against her, she's been suffering. When she suffers, we all suffer.
Hermes, has it occurred to you she might just be using you?
Of course not. She simply needs someone to rely on. She needs me.
I'll find the rebels and get your recipe.
That's all I ask. If you are spotted or cause a commotion,
We risk retaliation. Go unseen.
All right. Let's see. Where is it? It's all the way over there. Okay. If there was a fast travel point on it, I probably would have went for it, but there isn't. So I might sneak in and grab that before the next part. We'll see. I doubt it. No, I won't. I'll just start where I am here in the next part. So yeah, that has been it. We're getting in good with Persephone, just to probably stab her in the back when we start doing the other quest lines. But you know, whatever. So yeah, enjoying this DLC so far. The gameplay obviously is more or less the same, but that's not bad. I enjoyed the gameplay. The region is nice. The new stuff gives me a new way to play. Not that it's necessary, but you know, still gives me a reason to play non-lethally. And yeah, hopefully it continues to be good. I like the story so far, so we'll see how it plays out. And it looks like they're taking their time a lot more with this one than they did with the first DLC. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week.